Have you ever sat through a terrible movie simply because you paid for the ticket? Or maybe you have kept paying for a gym membership you never use just to avoid feeling like that money went to waste. If so, you have experienced the sunk cost fallacy, one of the most powerful and costly quirks of human psychology. It's the reason governments keep funding failing projects, businesses refuse to abandon bad investments, and all of us finish meals we are too full to eat. The truth is, cost should never guide our decisions, but they almost always do. Hi, I'm Akanksha, and this is The Storyteller's Lens. So today, we are exploring the sunk cost fallacy, why it happens, how it shapes consumer behavior and business strategy, and what we can do to avoid it. From theater tickets and gym memberships to billion-dollar projects like the Concorde, sunk costs drive people and organizations to keep throwing good money after bad. Let's start with what it actually means. The sunk cost fallacy is the tendency to continue a behavior or commitment because of past investments of time, money, or effort that can't be recovered. Rationally, those past investments are irrelevant. The only thing that should matter is the comparison between future costs and future benefits. But humans place too much weight on what they have already spent, which makes us cling to losing choices. This is not just theory. Experiments show it clearly. 1985, Arcus and Bloomer gave participants theater season tickets at different prices. Those who paid more actually went to more plays, even though the cost was already sunk. It proved that higher sunk costs increase commitment, even when the rational choice would be the same. Gym memberships are another classic case. A study by Della Vigna and Mal Menedier found that members who paid monthly about $70 to the gym more often in the first month, but attendance quickly dropped, even though the cost continued. Annual contracts priced at $700 led to even lower attendance per dollar. People justified keeping memberships simply because they had already paid. Executives behave the same way. Business research shows leaders are more likely to continue funding failing projects if they have already committed significant resources. This is known as escalation of commitment. And of course, in everyday life, the same logic applies. We are more likely to sit through a bad film or finish an unappetizing meal if we paid more for it. So, why do we fall into this trap? Number one is loss aversion. We hate losses about twice as much as we like equivalent gains. Abandoning an investment feels like admitting defeat. Number two is cognitive dissonance. Walking away makes us feel foolish. If I quit, it means I wasted my money. To avoid that discomfort, we stay committed. Number three is cultural norms. Society values perseverance. We are told not to be quitters, so sticking with something, even irrationally, feels virtuous. Number four is illusion of control. We convince ourselves that if we keep pushing, the situation will eventually improve, even when it's beyond our control. Together, these forces make sunk cost bias one of the hardest psychological traps to avoid. And you see it everywhere. Finishing a bad movie because you already paid, keeping that unused gym membership alive, forcing yourself to finish food you don't want because it shouldn't go to waste. Even in gaming, players keep spending on microtransactions to justify what they have already invested. The fallacy doesn't just affect individuals, it has shaped history. Take the Concorde project. The UK and France poured billions into developing a supersonic jet that was clearly uneconomical, yet they continued, giving rise to the term the Concorde fallacy or the Vietnam War. Documents show US escalation was partly justified by not wanting earlier sacrifices to be in vain. Recently, MoviePass charged a flat monthly fee for unlimited movies. Even when the service became unusable, customers stayed because they had prepaid and investors kept funding it. And then there is Microsoft's Zune music player. The company kept investing in development long after the market had rejected it because they had sunk so much into R&D. Why it matters for marketing and business? For consumer, the sunk cost fallacy is why subscriptions work so well. Loyalty programs also harness this psychology. Past spending justifies future purchases. For businesses, sunk cost bias is dangerous. It leads to wasted R&D, marketing budgets, years of effort on failing strategies. The rational choice is to cut losses and redeploy resources, but executives, just like the rest of us, find it difficult to admit past investments were wasted. But sunk cost exploitation is not always sustainable. Consumers eventually realize they are being trapped. Subscription backlash is proof of that. For firms, escalating commitment to failing products can create strategic stagnation. And for individuals, thinking can keep us stuck in unhealthy relationships, unfulfilling careers, or bad habits. So, how should we deal with it? For businesses, the ethical playbook is clear. Make cancellation easy, don't trap customers. Encourage actual usage so people feel value from their spend. Build trust by aligning incentives with customer well being. For customers, there are practical tools too. Ask yourself, if I had not already invested, would I still choose this? Use pre mortem thinking. Imagine the project has failed. Would continuing it still make sense? And treat past spending as tuition, a lesson learned, not a debt to recover. In the end, the sunk cost fallacy explains some of our strangest behaviors. It's why we finish bad movies, keep paying for gyms we don't attend, and cling to projects that should be abandoned. It's not rational, it's deeply human. The best decision makers are those who can resist it. They recognize that what's spent is it's spent. And as Richard Thaler famously put it, don't throw good money after bad. Hi, I'm Akanksha, and this is The Storyteller's Lens. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to subscribe and tell me in the comments what's the worst sunk cost trap you have ever fallen into. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.